welcome to Cheekyricho Cooking's spin on a shepherd's pie using leftover cold roast lamb and the Kmart Family Pie Maker. Now I've turned the Ninja Foodie on. You can use any pan that you like because I'm just using it as a fryer at this stage, and it's on the sear function, so we're going to add our butter to that with a little bit of oil, which will actually increase the smoking point of the butter and stop it from burning. We've got our root vegetables cut up really quite fine, and we're going to pop those in as well. So we've got carrots, potatoes and sweet potato, and we're going to just gently fry them off to start with. And we're not going to use a mashed potato in this. We're actually going to use little potato gems, or sometimes called tater tots, and they're going to be on top of our shepherd's pie in our pie maker oven. Just cook that for a little while. We're going to add some just chicken stock here, some freshly cracked pepper, some seasoned salt or vegetable salt, and just fry that until it's just started to brown a tiny bit. We want to get these vegetables quite cooked before they go into the pie. Just leave that to one side. Now the pie maker has got a non-stick coating on it, and what I'm going to do is line it with a tortilla or fajita wrap. And the reason I'm going to do that is it's going to make it a lot easier to get out of the pie maker. Normally you wouldn't have anything underneath it, but this is going to make it a lot easier. So I've got some baking paper here, screw that right up, and that breaks the back of the paper. I've shown you how to do that in the past. Pop it in there like so. Push it in with a little mold that comes with the pie maker, and that will force that paper into that hole properly. Okay, see where we're going here? And then we're just going to line it. Don't worry about cutting the edges or anything on that to make it less fluted. It's actually a bit small to do the actual full size of the pie maker, and that doesn't matter because when we lift it out, we're lifting it by the paper. That's just going to make it a little bit easier to serve. Okay, now we're just going to put a little bit of our stock in there so it doesn't burn and the flavour will go right into those vegetables. Boil the stock out of it. That will concentrate the flavour in there before we add our remaining ingredients. We want those to fry as well a little bit. It's in with our remaining celery, peas and onions. They've just been diced quite finely. Garlic can go in now. And then cook that for about 5 to 7 minutes until those vegetables have become quite tender. They're cut very, very small, but they're not going to take very long to cook. Okay, we're just going to put a splash of Worcestershire sauce in here. Our vegetables are quite tender. They've got a little bit of colour on them. We're going to just mix that around, add our flour. Just cook that off, and then we're going to add the remainder of our chicken stock, and it won't go lumpy because it's all cooked off. Add our meat. That will thicken it. The meat goes in next. Okay, you can see it's come up quite rich and thick. In with our meat now. Toss that all around. We want it covered in that sauce. If it gets a little bit thick, add a bit of either more stock or water. Though everything in there is now cooked, we're going to turn it off and scoop it into our pie maker and cover it with our tater tots. Now there's enough mixture here to make 2 pies. Okay, see where this is going now. The pie maker is still off at this stage. Press it right in, and then we're just going to line it with our tater tots. When the lid's closed, because they've already got oil in them, they'll actually start to brown. They'll be soft on the bottom and crispy on the top. Okay, make a pattern if you like, doesn't really matter. And I'm just going to stand a few up in the middle. Okay, press it down. Okay, I'm happy with that. Close the lid, turn it on, and cook it for about 10 minutes, and that way those little tater tots will be nice and crispy. Okay, 10 minutes later, and this is what you should have. It's so easy to remove. Look how nice and crispy and brown it is. And you just lift it out like so, cut it in half, and you've got a perfect little shepherd's pie using tater tots and some leftover lamb. It's an economical meal. It's really simple. It looks pretty. Have it with some other vegetables or some salad if you like, but you don't need to because it's got all of those vegetables already in it, and it's got oodles of flavour. I hope you enjoyed this little cooking demonstration of Cheekyricho Cooking's shepherd's pie made in the Kmart Family Pie Maker. If you would like to see more interesting recipes and ideas, just check out our Cheekyricho cooking channel. And don't forget to please subscribe, and do come back and visit us again soon. We've got so much more to show you, and we're uploading lots of videos.